Spoilers and Fandom is like a book club for geeky stuff. Join us as we delve into the depths of our backlogs and sift through the games, comics, shows, movies, and books that we haven't checked out yet. Hey everyone! Welcome to the spoiler episode here of House of Chains.
Yes.
So, if you have read this book, then listen on. If you haven't read this book, you should stop listening unless you are here because you aren't going to read it, because we're going full, deep spoilers, and there is a lot to talk about. I am Hell's Knight, aka Sujay.
I'm Hillary, aka Hilatuketu.
Dean Meister. And I agree.
Yeah. Alright, let's start. That was my stomach. Let's start. So the plots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we all like Karsa's stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karsa's plot was good.
So this is how we're diving into it? Like straight into it.
Yeah.
We all like
good.
Karsa's.
It does start with Karsa.
Yeah, it starts in it. And we already talked about it briefly in the non-spoiler thing.
Yes.
But like, what is it about his story that we liked, I guess?
That it's a Conan story. It's a barbarian who develops and thrives in a quote-unquote modern world.
Yeah.
It's an upgrade from where he started from. But, yeah.
I like that. They're finally beginning to show us hints of the past of this entire continent.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they've talked about it in bits and pieces, but we finally get to see one. There's that walk that he goes from the uplands, the highlands, all the way down.
Yeah, but this is in Genebacus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's taken on a ship to 7 cities. Right?
Yes. No, just the overall history of everything related.
Yeah.
So on one hand, you have him going down the stairs made of bones. On the other hand, you have literally the Forkrul Assail under the slab.
Yeah.
And we're finally getting hints and pointers towards stuff that played out and how much of an impact it's having on the people living now.
Yeah. And then we get to see the children.
Yeah. But honestly, that one, as soon as they mentioned that he's going to go down to slay children, I immediately knew that he was the Teblor, the Toblaka in book 2.
Oh, because
Because Heboric said that he has children. That he has the ghost of children. And he planted that. So, and here they mentioned, I'm going to go slay children. I'm like, aha!
It's the same guy.
It's you.
That's their chant, though. May you slay 1,000 children this
No, but who else
had been using it?
Yeah.
So, what was I gonna say? with you mentioned the Forkrul Assail. How did you feel finally getting that reveal?
It was a non-reveal.
It was a non-reveal?
Yeah, it was a reveal in the sense that it was a non-reveal. Like, we didn't get anything
else aside from
So from this book, we get hints that the Forkrul Assail were demonic in nature, like evil creatures.
Yes,
That's what it's literally hinted evil? That. Yeah.
I don't know. It felt strange. Calm, as she's called, said she showed up specifically because of the wars that were going on, and it seemed like she was showing up as a peacemaker. Of course, peacemaker could imply she was showing up to kill the people fighting.
But the problem is that's the Forkrul Assail definition of peace.
Yeah.
Both parties.
Yeah,
both
maybe
parties
it's
are
like
dead.
the Panyan thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the Panyan thing.
Yeah, because that seems, according to like the Jagheart that Karsa eventually meets, that seems to be the Forkrul
Assail way of dealing with stuff.
dealing with things.
They'd show up. Okay, you guys have made too much noise. Let's wipe the slate clean. Start again.
She literally lobotomizes Delam for after these guys free her. She literally kills them.
But maybe she's...
Could be just her. She has issues, but
yeah, because again she's been trapped under that thing for centuries.
Yeah.
then the people who come are maybe the same people who trapped her there. So she was just acting out.
But she clearly recognized that they're not Imass.
They're not Imass, but they look similar.
I thought she said Ikariam helped put her there.
Yeah, Ikariam and T'lan Imass working
right?
together. Yeah.
And again, this was the other thing that I was thinking about. They discover that cave, like when they're like before they get to those steps and stuff.
Yes.
They discover that cave where it's written that Ikariam has taught them some stuff and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And this begs the question again. What the hell did Ikariam do?
That's the thing.
Let alone that. The blades Callum happens across. He mentions that those blades were made by Belodan because the sigil, Belodan's sigil, was on the blades.
He doesn't say Belodan's sigil. He says it was definitely Toblakai.
Yes.
And he wonders if it could have been Belodan.
He recognizes.
But
he recognizes
he's like, it
the
can't
sigil.
be.
We'll cross-check that bit. So, but off of that, we then go into something along the lines of these guys used to be really proficient in magic, really proficient in like weaponsmithing and stuff like that.
Yes.
But what we know of Karsa and his people are that these guys are literally savages.
Yeah.
They're barbarians.
Yeah, there's nothing more to them. So what happened to them?
But it seems like they're from what I can tell, it seems like they're from either they might be closely related to actual Toblakai. Yeah, to the Thelum and Toblakai. They might be
like
related.
Belodan.
Yeah, they might be a related group, but it seems like they were almost wiped out. And then Ikariam helped them, told them, you need to do this. This is how you prevent inbreeding. Taught them from the ravings on the cave. But the problem is, by them falling, they completely forgot their past.
Even that.
Yeah. He said that, I think it was that they had to return to the way they were before in order to get to where they needed to go, something along those lines, like something cryptic like that. Like, you need to go back. You need to go back to what you used to be in order to build yourself up again, something like that.
But it also seems like, at least on the magic side, it's because of the blood oil. So now they can't...
They can't even use magic anymore.
Even if they wanted to. Yeah.
Like for me, my takeaway for how their society became so insular was when everybody was fighting, nobody came to bother these guys.
But keep in mind though, this is just the Urid.
Yeah, their tribes.
The Urid tribes of the Teblor. Because again, the Sunid tribes were completely different from Karsa. And then the Rathid were again different.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, for their tribe specifically, and maybe the ones maybe bordering them directly, the Sunid and the Rathid.
Yeah.
They were a subsection of Toblakai society that was isolationist. When the Thelum joined up with the humans and everything, and they
Felid, or what they are called.
Those ones. Yeah. They were able to integrate with other societies.
Right.
These guys chose not to. Until they became legends and guys forgot about them. They became like a Smurf village.
But it also reminds me of you know how the classic tales of savages meeting civilizations where you'll find that the guys who are like in the middle of the savage barbarian territory, they don't really have, they don't never interchange cases with Mongols and whatever. They're always like insular. Those are the toughest guys. Those are the guys who are always holding on to the warrior spirit the most. But you find like the ones who are living now on the edge of their territory are the ones corrupted. So like in this case, they have interbred with the people, so they are smaller. They also have like alcohol, and they've completely ruined it to the cities. And they're completely
Isn't that what was the slaver called again?
Sunid.
No, Silgar.
Silgar, yes. Silgar was actually proud of saying that he single-handedly did that. He's the one who...
To the entire Sunid. Right?
Exactly. Like, he's the one who slowly broke them down, stole their kids away, and through the alcohol and the trading, and even getting the kids to become bounty hunters of themselves, he's the one who has, like, literally hobbled them.
Yeah.
Do you think he exacted vengeance?
Who? Silgar.
No. Yeah, on Silgar. Do you think Karsa enacted vengeance on Silgar?
He should have just like.
He should have
He should have killed him.
He should have killed him.
The first time
which he
round,
says,
yeah.
which he says as well. I should have killed you sooner. I shouldn't have left you.
Yeah, because there was no. I could see that the problem is with stuff like anger and anger to someone who has done something to you. I believe in a bigger aspect of karma and things like that. So, were I in Karsa's situation, I'd have killed him then and forgotten about it.
The first time in the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
By trying to prolong that suffering, you're opening doors up to other things, which
Yeah.
is sadly what actually happened.
Yeah.
In closing that story and forgetting about it, it's gone. It's gone and it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But now him, every time he'd even see Silgar, he'd still feel something.
Yeah.
So you're leaving. He.
But he didn't take prisoners as well.
Yeah.
Silgar was the first prisoner that he
he did.
decided to take.
And you could see he regretted.
Yeah. Yeah. You had mentioned Bidithal before.
Oh, that. we'll get to that. Okay, but it's just I didn't feel like at the end of the book, at least for some people, Bidithal being one of them, what he did was not commensurate to the punishment he received.
What was his punishment again?
His punishment was Karsa ripped out his penis and fed it to him.
And then he died, more or less.
Okay.
I would have given him other work. Let him become some temple acolyte somewhere.
Wouldn't that have been the same thing that with Silgar?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I guess you give and you take.
But you think?
I thought it was well deserved.
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. He deserved worse.
Yes, you should have fed him his buttocks as well.
Oh wow.
I just wanted to go back to, let's say Karsa's journey from the mountain. First of all, he was so arrogant.
Yeah.
He was such an
ass.
unlikable person.
But he was smart even then. He was smart.
he was
though.
smart, but the problem is he thinks he knows everything.
Yeah.
He presented himself
I
as
am
that
ordered,
leader.
not
you see the leader
sooner.
that doesn't, you can't shake him. Even in presenting an alternative opinion,
He doesn't consider.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For him to consider the opinion would be like weakness on his side.
Yeah.
No, but even the first misstep, it's not even. I can see why he would think his dad is weak. I can
was that
he
culture.
was
That was the
wrong,
culture,
yes, but
though.
through his culture, I can understand. But the fact he was so sure that I don't know what the girl who was supposed to be his betrothed in his mind,
Dalis.
yeah. He was so sure that Dalis was so in love with him for no reason. Because it didn't seem like there was any reason.
There was no connection.
There was no connection. There was
Because
no
I'm a
actual
warrior.
connection. It doesn't even seem like he talked to her.
It just felt like I deserve her
I
love,
did, yes.
and therefore she's going to be mine.
And because I am a warrior, I am the warrior and I am the leader.
And the alpha. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
She should witness me.
I hope you guys
Exactly.
don't mind. I'll dive into like weird religious philosophy things for a bit.
Go
It
ahead.
feels like when I was reading this whole bit, and this is one of the things I said, I really love this book because overall in all of Eriksson's books, you can see how the stuff he talks about relates to the real world and how mindsets come to apply and all that. Karsa felt like he was a religious crusader. And to him, the word that he was on, culture, so on and so forth, for him it was the right way.
Oragal's
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
And it had to be taken for what it was, letter by letter by letter. There was no reading between the lines.
Yeah.
There's no,
He doesn't know
there was no
nuance.
context. There's no nuance. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And because there was no even, I think what sucked for him really was that his dad saw the truth, and his dad just broke in his own way.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to explain it or share it, I think, okay, the sad bit was, I think his dad was also too early for his time. Because if he turned around and tell guys, yo, we're being enslaved,
'Cause probably
the
he
granddad is a liar and stuff like that. And I think he
Yeah.
told the
It
granddad,
Although
not
the
It would
granddad
be-
is a
it would be-
liar.
It
the
would
granddad
be
is a punk.
it would be the entire village against him because they're all from that. Like we got the hints of, remember like how the elders didn't come to see them off
Yes.
Yes.
on their way out of the village. But then Baroth explains to Karsa later on that when we return, if we are successful, they will say, yes, we were there. And
It'll be a collective
otherwise...
delusion.
History always remembers the winners and other weird things like that.
Because, like, how could they not give their blessing to them to go and then them be successful and come back? As well. Like it's that, and Karsa did actually listen. This was earlier on, and Karsa, but he's still like, he was still with Baroth, like, your words are poison, kind of stuff.
I liked, weirdly enough,
and he grows from there.
Like, weirdly enough, like, I couldn't stand Karsa at the beginning. I told you.
I don't think anyone can, to be honest.
I liked him.
Except
I
you.
liked him.
I liked that he was like Zarek in that way. He just he's just pig-headed, and for him it's like I'm a hammer, and a hammer. How do you deal with situations? Just break things. And you just go in a straight line until you got to water. And that's like, how do you break water?
Yeah. But now for me,
that's it. That's it. Yeah.
I hadn't, weirdly enough, I'd forgotten about the whole Deadhouse Gates cameo. I hadn't remembered that he showed up in Deadhouse Gates. Then when I started seeing it, I was like, wait, we do it when you... I think it was you, Agre, who mentioned it. Then I was like, okay, so who could it be? Because at the back of my head, I was like, it can't be Karsa showing up in book 2. With all that character development, that cannot be Karsa.
He's quiet.
He's quiet, he's chill. This must be Byroth. It must be one of his boys. So in my head, I was waiting for that whole bait and switch of where Karsa dies and then Byroth takes over, and then now he's the one we end up seeing. Then Byroth dies, and I'm like, yo, it can't be Karsa. And then the story starts taking us there, and you're like, okay, so it's Karsa.
Yeah,
I felt for him, man.
On the ship.
The first is beat.
I loved now things like those. That's when it started. Now that's when I actually started getting on board with Karsa. Pun intended.
For me, what actually started liking him most during the invasion of the town. Because for
the first round or the second round?
Actually,
I was in on the second round. The first round, I was like, wow. you don't believe
that he
up until they get to the village that these guys are like, we are the punitive army of the Urid.
Yes.
And they're like, I can't be like Kinamok. Until the
guys
horse literally jumped over the wall. And you're like, oh, okay.
And onto the roofs, and you're like, okay, these people are big, as in they're really big.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was, okay, first it was the physicality of the first round. And I was like, whoa, these guys are about it. Because it was already, when he was fighting against the other Teblor, I was like, he's really good.
He's really good, but maybe a surprise attack, the dogs are there, it's dark, it's a forest.
Yes.
You caught guys off guard.
Yes, but the fact that the physicality of the first round, then he's captured. But then when he manages to break out completely on his own, he doesn't get...
That was awesome. That was so awesome.
The fact that he manages to break out and then still cause all that chaos.
I could run away, or I could kill more.
So for that second round, when it really checked him was...
When he's hiding in the rafters.
When he's hiding in the rafters. And like, because it's like, oh, okay, where am I? Then he looks around, then he's like, oh, I'm in one of the houses. He looks out the window, the guys are like chasing for him. There's that mama who goes a bit crazy,
Yes.
And that whole low around the blood oil and everything, that is now when it really started, like, it's like, okay, these guys are something else. Then from there it's not step by step. He happens onto the Malazans, they drop the magic onto him, and this guy's wondering, then Rabbi die. This guy doesn't even look like he's twitching.
But then, and also I keep, like when you brought up the Malazan, I keep being reminded how the Malazans are very much a professional army. They don't take anything for granted. Because as in, he dropped they say Denrabi killing magic on him. And this guy is still conscious. And they were like, okay, and the captain takes this guy seriously. There's no bravado about it. They're like, get all the chains, hold this guy down. He's not moving an inch.
That wagon, man. But from there is when you really feel bad for him.
So for me, I loved the way he was broken down. Because now once he gets off the ship, once he gets actually onto the cylinder, and he starts making his own decisions as to, I'm not going to be a slave anymore. And he starts moving up from there. I was like, okay, I'm on board with now Karsa's story from here.
Also, I did not expect them to get into the cylinder.
Neither did I.
That was so cool.
That's
That
what I'm
was
saying.
so cool.
For me now, all those threads coming in together.
Yeah.
Like, so there's the cylinder, there's the water from book 2.
Yeah.
You remember how they saw the cylinder? So there's a cylinder, then there's water just pouring. Where's that water coming from? They're talking about a prairie. The water's come from an inland sea.
Yeah.
How about Araku?
Yeah.
Where's that water come from? Where's that water going? That's for me now is when like,
all those things now
all these
falling
things are
together.
beginning to tie
For
in.
me, the coolest thing was the fact that you remember how everyone was speculating in it was book 2, how they were speculating on how
happened on that ship?
the spear. How did you throw that?
Oh yeah, that spear, the spear that literally went through the guy
the captain.
and through the wall.
Yes.
They talked about the first time we enter that place. They talk about how those guys
It
look
looks like
like
a bagassed
they were
spear.
crushed. No, leave alone the spear. The guys in the room were crushed. It's like, if Karsa just held the guy, he'd end up crushing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Karsa who did all that.
All that
That
made him.
was so
Of course,
dope.
minus the
That was-
beheadings. So the beheadings happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I found that whole sequence so funny. Because it felt like
The
a...
catfish.
Yeah, it felt like a... What's it called? Like a... What's it called? Like an Ocean's 8, like an Ocean's 11 movie. Because this is something that was set up 2 books ago. And then you're seeing it again, you're like, so this is how all this nonsense happened.
No. Also, one of the funniest things was after they finally hit land from the sea, and then they meet Urko,
Yeah.
and then Trull is trying to tell Urko that this guy actually he fought with a shark in water and beat it, and then Urko is like, you take me for a child? Of course I can believe you went through realms, but he fought a shark.
A shark and he won.
And Trull, even before, was like, nobody's going to
That's
believe
not
this
Trull.
story.
It's not Troll though.
It's
That's
no.
I mean, sorry, it was
Malik.
Torvald Nom.
I mean Torvald. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trouble, no, man.
When we are like, how these two literally from
Yeah.
Darujistan all the way
I'm
to
like, what is the connection? Is he? Are they?
their cousins. But
No.
yeah, so
Nom
now
family.
Urko. Urko.
So I thought Urko was the first sword. He isn't.
No.
No.
Yeah. We know who the first sword is now.
Yeah.
Who is the first one?
Teblor.
Is he? Is he?
Yeah.
That is Dasan, right?
Dasan
wait.
Urko.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I think Teblor is the first sword.
Okay,
Because-
I guess the
because
comments are
something
going to
happened.
answer here.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Well,
It's
they
not
don't,
Urko.
they don't say anything.
They don't say-
say anything.
yeah.
And it's definitely not Urko.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But now, just a question. Captain, Urko, and Dasam Ulto.
Or friends.
They were in the
They're
same.
all-
They were
They're
all.
all
they were-
part of the same crew.
The scene.
Not even just crew.
The
I think they're all they're
Dasan.
kind of related.
Okay, they're the founders of the Malazan
Yeah, they're
Empire.
yeah.
All of them.
The Napans.
The Napa side of it.
Yeah.
Okay, them including Lasine.
Yes.
Yeah, them, Lasine, Dancer,
And to me, by the way,
Amas.
Napans seem to feel like South Sudanese.
Yes.
That's my image of them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now, for me, I was
I can
thinking
see that
of.
actually.
but-
Very wiry, dark guys.
Yeah.
Or maybe Senegalese to a bit.
Yeah, I was thinking more.
Imagine getting punched by Urko.
You guys are thinking of it nicely. Like, weirdly enough, for me, if you've seen Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs, you know Jesse Blue. Yeah, that's how I saw the Napa.
Jesse Blue.
Yeah, just a blue-skinned dude.
Well, they are
Nothing.
blue skin.
I don't
like
remember.
literally blue
But
skin.
it's because in my head I was like, they're so dark that they're
Blue skin.
Yeah.
Okay, I took blue literally.
Yeah, no, I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I took blue literally.
Yeah.
Okay, would it be like a literal blue like this?
I took it as
I
that.
thought
like that.
I thought
I took
blue
it as
like
blue.
like dark elves being
Yeah,
like a
like
blue
blue.
like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a literal blue.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Like Dunmar kinda.
Okay. We'll look at that again.
Yeah.
But I did picture Senegalese kind of.
But now it makes sense. Okay, then it makes sense. It makes sense that traveler would be Dassam. Because then who else would?
Because who else would?
For that role?
And who else would want like a sword called revenge? You know, like there was all the foreshadowing of it being grief, and then him being told it's about revenge, and he has beef with Hood and blah blah blah. So,
I didn't like the resolution towards Crokus and Sorry story.
Yeah.
It's not really.
What is the conclusion? Sorry went off.
There's no real
Sorry would be dead, ideally in this scenario.
No, what? Sorry went off with.
Are you saying in an ideal situation?
No. Based off of how it ended.
No, because Sorry
went off with Shadow Throne. Cotillion came to her with a mission, and she just left Crokus behind.
The end of that mission would be her dying, and that's.
I feel like you're spoiling way too far ahead.
I need to. Let me read again because it felt.
We don't know where Sorry went.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
And another thing that I don't know how I feel about it. I think I have to address it at some point. The whole Menala being like the mother to all these the children.
You predicted it.
Yes, but I don't know how I feel about it. Like. I don't know where it's going.
For me, I think the
Shadow Throne's army. At least
that's what you predicted.
Yeah.
That's what you predicted. And when I read that, I'm like, how? I was like, how?
I think what annoys me about it is like the sort of she had personality.
Yeah.
In book 2.
And now it's
like as in headstrong. She will follow.
She'll make her own decisions and look for Kalam,
but she's also competent enough. She's not just somebody who's going to be
subservient. Now she has been left as a babysitter.
Yeah,
we didn't get
she's gotten the whole motherhood thing that she wanted.
Well, but also she's still the same though. Like we just get her in one scene in this.
But the thing is, she's portrayed as nothing more other than just completely devoted to the children and nothing. As we don't.
But that's the headstrongness now. Maybe it's just directed to the kids.
Yeah,
actually,
I don't think that was the issue though.
It plays out a bit off screen as well.
Yeah, because
they don't tell us about how exactly. Because before it just seemed that her and Kalam were just
having a tiff.
Before it just seemed like it's just a headstrong relation, two stubborn people together. But it doesn't really show how they got to. It seems like they got into a complete falling out.
Yeah.
Because by the time he's leaving, it seems
they
like
they
can't. It's a complete.
Or maybe he just died being there.
Honestly, I thought they just had like an argument, and she's like, "No, you get lost for a bit. Like, leave me alone for a bit." And Kalam goes, he gets his mission, and he goes off. I just took it that way. I don't think.
I feel what you're saying. I think because it happened off screen. It feels like a bit.
It was like we skipped something.
Okay.
I think it was just marital issues, maybe, or miscommunication.
Because it doesn't even feel like they were. It didn't even feel like they were in a relationship.
Yeah, they didn't feel
until then.
Yes, it didn't. Because before, in book 2. They were still, they're together, but it's not really a relationship.
Yeah, it hasn't been established.
It hasn't been
established. Yeah. But how are you liking new Kalam with new moves and new things?
moves.
He has new
tricks.
He has new blades.
He has new blades.
No, I still love the fact that he can get along with.
I like the demon.
I like the fact that he can get along with demons. That's just
amazing. Whatever the demons he gets.
Dude, that fight that he had with, like when he went into the water and there was a thing there.
Oh.
And then it went to. So it was that demon that.
One interesting about that. The guy that was inside there was a Thelaman. Was a Tobler guy.
The body that was in the water.
Yeah, the body that was in the water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, now it was...
Was it?
It was.
Okay.
But it was possessed...
It was possessed by the demon, which then went and got... Was it an Enkaral?
Yes, an Enkaral. Yeah. A bull Enkaral, apparently.
And it still died.
Yeah, it's still dead.
See, boy is badass. If he's badass, he's badass.
Oh, he got hurt bad.
He got hurt, yeah. But...
And then Mr... Your favorite character Iskarl passed with a new voice actor.
But I really like that demon. specifically because of the hands thing.
Yes.
What?
That specific demon and the fact that it had like
No, it wasn't
Not the new one.
what is it? Was it an Azalan?
Yeah,
Aslan,
Aslan, yeah.
Because Aptors, Aptorian.
Yeah.
So the Azalans, and I like even the way they go into like slight backstories, like, oh, these demons live in a place with like forests, so they use the hands. Then it's like hung around like pots and pans and stuff like that. And apparently that's what it used to destroy the entire soldiers that can come.
It seems like it collects the souls or something, and then
as shadows.
Yeah.
I mean, that one was cool because it held the balcony falling apart using the shadows.
and it's acidic pee.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
And apparently it's impossible to stand.
That was insane.
And can set a whole tent on fire.
On fire, man.
These things are really weird. Like, how did you guys picture it?
Oh.
Yeah, this is the messed up question.
How do I say
We actually drew, the last time I think we discussed it,
The
I drew the
Aslan.
We drew an
Aptorian for you.
Aptorian, yeah.
Aslan, though.
Yeah. Now the Aslan I can't remember.
How would you just like
I can't even picture.
A chimpanzee.
a
A
chimpanzee?
chimpanzee with more arms.
Okay.
And much, because a chimpanzee, when you see it, it's crazily muscular.
Yeah.
So imagine now a buffer
A
chimpanzee,
buffer chimpanzee.
with literal hands now, rather than the appendages they have that they used to hold stuff weirdly, but hands. Yeah, be a bit scary. Then he can emote with you.
For me, I pictured like a spider-looking purple ball with like legs. Yeah, coming out.
Because I didn't think about it too much when it came to the Azalan's
Look.
the Azalan look, because I think I'm always just amused by the fact that Kalam can have relationships with them somehow.
Yeah, like he's it felt
Open
like
conversation.
it felt like he's on Pokemon. Like, he's like because he's got an Aptorian. Now he has this
Aslan.
Aslan. What will be next? Which demon? Guess that demon.
Who? It's Aslan.
But what I like about Kalam is that no matter the situation, he's pretty much knows exactly when to
Step
let me
out
not
of the
say-
situation.
let me not say run, but he knows exactly what he can handle. Like even the Ankaral, he knows he can take it, but he knows that it will be a
It will be a
hard fight.
hard fight, yeah.
But immediately he saw the Hounds of Darkness.
He was like, nope.
He knew that I need to throw everything at them, and while I'm doing that, run.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because initially with all the diamonds, I was like, is he just going to... If it was me, I'd always have like a few around. But him, he knew
Just
it was...
in case.
Yeah.
I
But
know.
for him, he knew it was time. This is the time to use all of them.
We approach the stuff thinking about it from a game perspective. We're
Yeah.
always like, let me save one more potion, or let me save this mana, let me keep a couple of bullets aside. This guy plays the game like Resident Evil 4. Let me finish this boss fight. If I'm alive at the end, I can go and look for more bullets later.
I'll deal with my lack of a weaponry later.
Yes.
So there was that part of Kalam and the demons and the upgrade of the weapons and all that. Did you like New Crokus?
Oddly,
Like, it, okay.
New Crokus and what's her name?
Sorry.
And
Let-
sorry.
I feel like sorry got nerfed. Sorry, what were you saying?
Good enough.
I wouldn't say nerfed because she was still badass. I just felt like it was a sad conclusion. It almost felt inevitable. It was sad. But, okay, story-wise, it didn't really move much.
Yeah.
But it was like almost inevitable that it was going to happen.
That's true.
The fact that
'Cause-
she'd get tired of.
Because she doesn't want to be a killer anymore, but she's haunted by the memories.
But he, on the other hand, wants to be a killer.
No, he doesn't really want to be a killer, but
He wants to follow in her like footsteps.
Yeah.
To be
He just
respected
wants to
by
be
her.
with
And because communication is a
Non-existent.
crux for plot
And
dynamics.
No one talks about
no
anything.
one talks about their issues, and they go off in their own directions.
But they're young intelligence. Because
Yeah.
it feels like he's trying to be... He's known badass assassin. he's always admired Ralek Nom.
Yeah.
But and he also so he thinks that now if I'm going to be a man and protect Sorry, I need to be maybe good close to her. I need
to be stronger.
I have to be that guy.
I have to be that guy. I have to be like Ralek.
Yeah.
To get close to her.
Has he met Kalam yet?
No, he hasn't met Kalam yet.
No, yes, actually he has.
He has, yeah.
But it was in
met
passing, I think.
because they met and they all decided to go their own ways, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they met
he went in book 1.
in the register.
The end of book 1.
Now imagine if he meets Kalam now, how would that change his perspective? Do you think he'd still want to deal with...
He will. They're both like shadow guys.
Yeah, but you see now he's obviously not being given access to the same kind of resources that Kalam is.
But I don't think he's trying to.
The resources would change him. If you're going to give him, who hasn't... You see, Kalam is really good.
Kalam's
So
an
by the
assassin.
time you're giving him grenades and stuff like that, he's not going to use a grenade to hide his weakness. He'll use it along with his other skills to then do whatever he needs to, like the diamonds and stuff like that.
But I still think Crokus is being smart about it since he didn't ask immediately for magical weapons to try.
He was offered and he refused.
Yeah, he refused.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still trying to up his skills.
Yes.
As much as it led him to separate from Sorry, he's still trying to up his skills just by himself. He's applying himself to being an assassin.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's more likable than the way he was before.
Ah, yes. There's a bit more to him.
Even though it's sad that he's doing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
His relationship with Sorry, I think, is crap though.
Do you think it can be salvaged?
It's like a very typical crap love story. I really don't like it. I think they'd be like I feel like Crokus would have been better off with that noble chick back in Yellowstone.
Nope.
No.
That chick looked like she was taking advantage of the situation.
Just
like that other lady.
That chick was completely high up on I'm going to be a princess at all costs kind of story. There's no way. As much as Crokus would have wanted the whole the Cinderella story the Aladdin story.
Nope.
That was not going to happen with that chick
You
at all.
take the jewels back.
Yeah.
She's not going to be like, thank you, come home.
No, that was not going to happen.
Oh, okay.
But even then...
I thought I wanted that one.
She had already thrown him under the bus.
Completely,
Had she?
yeah, she had.
Oh.
But maybe she threw him under the bus in the same I like you way. Like she gave him a heads up.
I don't see how a relationship can start with me.
No, she
sending
gave
you
him
out to
a
the
heads
cops.
up.
It's because I liked you that I sold you out to the cops.
Especially in the case where
She sold him out to the cops when?
because his name was put out because he was being snuck out of the city by the 2 barmaids. They had come to help sneak him out of the city because his name had been put out there as the one who had stolen the jewels and killed the guards.
I thought it was Absalor that did that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was Absalom.
Exactly.
Did that.
Absalom is the one who killed.
I thought Absalor put out the bounty thing. Okay.
No,
Alright.
it wasn't her.
Okay.
So his name was already, so she had already tossed his name as the one who killed the guards.
Oh.
And the worst part was the guards, they were both there when the guard was getting killed. So it was kind of clear to this chick that he's not the one who killed the guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I
now
don't remember that.
Now biggest story that we've all been discussing, and now there are 2 options here among us. 2 of us feel like the story was useful. 2 of us feel like the story could have been somewhere else in another book. Trull and Onrack.
I liked the fact that Trull and Onrack were here. They gave us breathing space from the other crazy stuff that was happening on the other side.
I like them too. I like that they were there. I like I said, I like anything. I like anybody.
buddy.
Especially considering how severe Onrack seemed to be
Initially.
How he kept trying to dismiss Trull, but Trull always kept having a comeback
You see-
that brought him back.
You see, like, Karsa already had that with Gnome. And too many words. You know, like he had that same dynamic. It just got cut short because they went separate ways.
Yeah, but once they went separate ways, there was nothing to replace it with.
He had, well...
Because there's nobody for witty witty.
Yeah,
banter.
and Pearl doesn't come in as often as he should.
You see now, the problem with Pearl as well is their relationship also now kind of bandies along the same side as the whole Crokus relationship.
Yeah.
There's some weird tension.
And I really didn't like the fact that this left
Lostara would still...
I hate Pearl since what he did to Kalam.
True.
Hated him.
I liked it.
So
Well,
much.
he tested him.
Yeah, but Pearl is Kalam's opposite number. They're always going to be like, that's like,
but
it's
just
like Wario and Mario.
But as a character... Yeah. Okay, yes.
Kalam and Walam.
Yeah, it's Kalam and Walam.
Yeah. So I hate Pearl. I find him really, weaselly.
But he was humanized in this book because of Lostara.
I just can't stop.
Even on the
I feel like Lostara is quite cool.
Yeah, Lostara is...
She's in her own right. She's a religious zealot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole shadow dancing, which
No, but
which was quite. Yeah, it sounds sexier than
it actually was.
It actually
you say that now.
Maybe.
The thing when I read Shadow Dancing, there's a song by this is gonna instantly show my age. But one of the Bee Gees brothers had a song out called Shadow Dancing. Every time it's mentioned in the book, I hear the opening riff to that song. Listen to it, you'll find it incredibly funny if you find it funny at all.
Okay.
Because initially I was also with you where I was like, I hate Pearl, he's too Weasley. But the force of personality he showed in this book, I'm like, I can't help but like him.
Yeah.
Oh,
even within the first time we see him, I'm still back on. I still don't get how you guys didn't realize that the captain was talking on
Two levels.
Three, not even two. He's talking on 3 wavelengths at the same time. Pearl is seeing this and just confounding it at every measure, and no one else at the table either noticed it.
No, the captain was. He was trying to send that message to Kalam. And Kalam just wasn't getting it. Kalam was us in that book. Like now you see, you had the benefit of hindsight also, having read the book before. So now the weird thing was, like now if we go back to that part, having read it again, we now pick up on all those things because, okay, now we're reading it on the captain's level. We're reading it on the captain recognizing that Pearl understands.
And as Urko's
brother.
And
then also
scene.
and then we're also seeing it on the level as why isn't this dumbass Kalam understanding what I mean? Because I know if those characters meet again, this guy's gonna tell him, why don't you understand things? You could have escaped that entire scene. Yeah. He didn't have to be stabbed. He didn't have to lose his armor. He didn't have to go through, even though it happened. And I'm glad that it happened because it gave me the thief subsection in which book was it? It wasn't Dead House.
It was book 3.
It was 3.
What?
That section of Kalam going through the city.
That was 2.
Also,
yeah.
Was it 2?
That section.
That
section was one of my favorites in this series. Yeah. The thief section of Malazan was just awesome. Yeah. And Pearl was a result of that. And okay, I don't know about you guys, but that whole thing of these guys going through the warrens, and then he finds a dragon that's been crucified.
That was insane.
The Ototero dragon.
Yes,
that was insane.
I was like, it's an Ototero dragon that's been crucified, and whoever left.
Was it Ototero?
Yes,
it was.
And the door was just left open. So whoever left there just did it and forgot.
Not forgot, left it there.
On purpose.
Again.
You leave an opening for something like that, however small.
I wouldn't call it an opening per se. Look at Dragnipo. Dragnipo is channeling its powers from somewhere. So the somewhere needs to be open for the channeling of powers to go on, right? If you talk about something binding a dragon, it's not just going to be nails on a wooden X, right? There has to be something tying to it, which means there had to be a door to let that something tie, either channel its powers through until it ties, or to be able to just like check and see, are you still there? Good, you're still there.
Or, okay, because I was thinking in the way that the dragon pulled the guy's cylinder with Gasla on it. Maybe because I'm thinking, I think they speculated that it was other dragons
that tied it up and did that to it.
Yes, maybe because of just the sheer kind of power that was involved. Maybe there are some gaps that to them are just insignificant.
Weirdly, I thought that Rick was involved.
Although I don't think so.
Remember those three dragons that we saw flying in,
dragon thing that is beyond us.
Rick only has dragon blood.
Yeah.
But this seems like maybe it was
pure, higher level things.
As in it was a pure dragon. As in it seems like because it seems in this book dragons are the highest creatures of magic.
So it seems.
Yeah. So
it seems like this maybe it was just pure dragon.
It was their politics.
Yes,
it was dragon politics.
Can't you imagine what that even
Deadhouse Gates, where these guys were in the
Hall of Talent,
and there are all those tiles and stuff, and they see those three dragons going
Flying
and
above
diving
them,
somewhere.
Yeah, maybe the dragons were like, we just finished our
tying his guy up.
crucifixion. let's go back home.
And then one is sitting there, and Pust is like walking down there.
Azath PD, like they're the cops. They're the ones who make sure that guys who pose a threat.
Azath PD.
But the thing is,
whoever poses a threat to
that's what the Azath is about anyway. The Azath is like things that are too strong for the world.
We
capture
keep them.
Yeah. But that's how we come back again to the lack of balance. Because of Drag Nipple, the Azath isn't
strong?
The Azath is dealing now with enemies that are too strong. Because the ones who should have been weeding out all this stuff are the ones who are imprisoned.
But how do you control those guys? That's now you see you're going to
So
end
you
up
get
with the same
stronger
place
guys
that
on the
Sakura
Azath,
was.
right?
No, Yani, if we let you guys kill each other,
Yeah.
then the amount of high-level monsters that eventually show up won't be as many.
True.
Which means the house then doesn't have to hold 10 monsters every 10 years.
But also, when it came to... Remember how they were speculating about... I think it was Pearl speculating that there has to be balance in the world. There is magic in the world and there are magic dragons. There has to be naturally, there has to be balance to that.
Non-magic, opposite magic, or Tataral, and then
yes,
I guess
because
opposite magic dragons.
Yeah, so a dragon is just as in the Ototerial dragon is just a natural balance of that. I don't even think of it as a bad guy.
Yeah, it's just the opposite.
It's just the opposite. Yeah.
I think the foreboding was too high for me to think it wasn't going to be a bad thing later.
I couldn't even have imagined.
An Ototerial dragon.
First, we haven't met a truly bad dragon.
Yeah.
Ideally, as of right
Actually,
now.
I don't think we've met a pure dragon. We haven't met any dragon.
Well, then why is it crucified?
We have.
No, wait, we have one.
We've met Soul Taken.
Not one. We've met 3.
No, we only met Soul Taken.
The 3 dragons that... Or were they...
The black ones. No, the black
that
ones are Soul
fought-
Taken. The ones that fought for Rick.
The ones
not
that
for
were
Rick.
in...
The ones
Yeah, the
that
ones that
fought
fought for Rick.
Riced.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are the ones
Soul-
that fought for Rick.
Those are Soul
Yeah.
Taken.
The 3, no, the black ones are Soul Taken. The red one.
The red one was not.
That,
The red one was supposed to be a dragon.
Yeah, Hashi was a dragon.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
one of them
okay,
was
okay.
one of them was Whiskey Jack's girlfriend,
Yes.
and the
Whiskey
other one
Jack's
was
girlfriend, her brother,
And her
and
brother.
the red dragon.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now the red one was a real dragon.
I'll have to go back because I know that they mentioned the names.
Sildana Redwing, I think.
Yeah, for her, but I didn't.
Well,
I
that's
didn't
such a
realize that.
Warcraft name. Now that I think
I didn't
about it.
realize that they mentioned also the names of the 2 black dragons, and it was.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I
No,
don't
because
remember.
I think she referred to having fought the tyrant,
Yeah.
and so when did she fight the
Yeah,
tyrant?
Silana
When she
Red
was-
Wings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Silana.
So we've only
Yeah,
okay. So,
Silana, Red Wings.
so that only means that we met only one dragon.
Yeah.
Because even then they mentioned that Moonskeep was the last home for the dragons.
But it wasn't the dragons. It was made by the...
No. This is
yeah.
this is before the exchange stuff.
Oh,
We talked about how
The
the last dragons are living on
Moonspawn.
Moonspawn.
Yeah. So Silana
Yeah.
was, I think, the last real dragon that we saw. The only one.
Silana,
The only
Silana,
one
yeah.
that we've actually had any.
that I've seen so
Yeah.
far.
So now we know that Silana, with all her magic, which is more than an equal to a tyrant, there's an opposite number, being the crucified one.
But it seemed like it was this one dragon against all as in it's supposed to be the equivalent of all the other dragons. It's supposed to be the balancing act
That's
for
the
all the
thing.
other dragons.
That's the thing. Now, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know about that. Okay, now, quick one.
I got mad Alduin.
Yes.
I got like, this is the World Eater. This is
Yeah.
the end game
Yeah.
for this book.
Yeah, but it does
Yeah.
have that vibe.
Yeah.
So now, how did you guys like Loric?
I
you
liked
see-
him. I liked him.
You see now, the way Loric was presented in the previous book.
It was very brief.
Yeah, it was brief and it was a bit impersonal.
Yes.
Because nobody, like, we didn't really get to know these high mages
Yeah.
on Shaiks, on the Whirlwind Army's side.
Yeah.
Until now.
And then when we do, we meet them like now Bidithal being the trash that he is. Then there's the other dude, what was his name?
I can't remember.
Yeah, that dude.
Praise the sun guy.
Yeah, Praise the Sun guy. Who gets his next now. And then there's Loric, who's pretending to be normal,
Yeah.
but isn't.
How normal can you pretend though to be even within that army?
Like you see, he's a Tisteidur, right?
No, he's a Tistoliosa.
Liosa.
Yeah.
He's as normal as a Tistoliosa can be around humans. Considering that he wears his armor.
They said he changed his
his
look.
appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He changes appearance.
I
Yeah,
mean,
changes
light is
appearance.
his power. He can create stuff, then I'm assuming.
Okay,
Then
so
light.
And I think also because he's a Liosa,
Illusion
his
plus
magic
10.
is not. You're not expecting elder magic to be used.
yeah.
So they're just not.
So
but
they can't really detect it or.
Well,
I
that's
guess
what that
remember,
really
like at this point, there are things that did not seem to exist.
Mm-hmm.
So like if guys don't even know that that Tisteidur, then if Tisteidur were to use their magic, most people would be like, is that
What
is
kind
that
of magic
Manas?
is this?
Yeah, is that Rashan?
Yeah. What
It's like
flavor?
it feels like shadow, so there must be someone of shadow around, but not much more than that.
Mm-hmm. So since they don't know the Liosan at all.
Yeah, it will be like,
It'd
hey,
be
there's some like Imass magic hanging around somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And although, again, all that whole political situation in Sheikh's camp was so useless
Yeah.
for themselves.
That-
Like,
yeah.
it was so stupid.
Like, okay,
Um,
I liked the way that we were introduced to Leoman.
Leoman of the Flames.
Not the
Yes.
flails.
Because I liked how we were introduced to Leoman, like, out of nowhere through Karsa's story. So now, after he escapes and they go through the
Yeah,
desert,
they go through the desert.
then you realize that, oh, that's actually Leoman that he's with. And now I'm curious to see what Leoman's story is. And
Yeah.
then now the whole hot iron and cold iron,
Cold iron now comes out.
comparison, where now Shaikh starts to learn. Now Felicin, whom I said was a dumbass the first time, was
We
my
all,
least favorite
said,
character.
we all said that, yeah.
Yes. Our least favorite character realizes too little too late that she put her trust in the wrong people. She could totally have survived this book.
I don't think it's a trust thing. She just didn't know, man. She just didn't know.
I think-
No,
No,
I don't
she
just
knew
didn't
better.
know.
I
At
don't
that
know.
point, she knew
Remember,
better.
one,
She didn't
she's-
want to know.
There's one aspect that there's so much that has happened, and what I want is revenge. And she then fell straight into replacing Shaikh. But because of that, and the fact that she was mistrusted and everything, that all just built up some more. If she tells the people who don't trust her that she may not be what they think she is, and remember, this is Leoman and Karsa, who else is she going to talk to?
Heboric. The person she's come the furthest from.
Heboric
No,
has no
because
power
You see,
within
Heboric,
the whirlwind. Yeah.
Heboric didn't, betrayed me by, getting Boda to kill her boyfriend.
And then
This
there's that
basically
as well.
losing her boyfriend from book, like her boyfriend in,
In
quotes,
Huge quotes.
from book 2, the start of book 2, has basically been the
Driven
justification
her
for any stupid
Okay.
decision she makes. I
I
can't.
don't want to sound like a defender of her. Don't.
I just
I'm
say
not saying that,
life
okay.
was just rough for her.
Adding, yeah, it was rough, but also adding the fact that it seemed like initially in book 2, it seemed like she was in control, as in she was going to take advantage of the whirlwind and the goddess.
Exactly, yeah.
But by
You
book
realize
3, it's like
It's
no,
too big for her.
It's too big for her. It's corroding her mind, and she's basically lost in the power.
She got lost in this house.
Yeah. So it also prevented her from seeing things way too late.
But I don't.
Yeah, and she was possessed. They do reveal that she was
Yeah,
truly possessed by
towards
the.
and how
by
strong
the-
the possession was.
Yeah.
Because at the worst, man, like what everyone said, did she even know how to fight? And that's like the worst part.
But do you think
Tavori
her story
went
is
and
done?
fought. I think her story is done, man.
No, for Felicity, it's done.
Look
It's done.
at the other Shaikh. You guys, we showed up later and her body was rolled up in a sack,
Yes.
and that was it.
So now, knowing what we also know about the whirlwind goddess,
Mhm.
who she is, how she fits into the story, that whole subplot of Onrack and the T'lan Imass
Mhm.
tying into forming even the whirlwind goddess.
Mhm.
How do you guys like how that turned out?
That's why I think we had Onrack had to be introduced in this book so that we can know why she's why the
What the whirlwind was all
But
about. yeah.
but couldn't it be like a reveal in the next book?
don't know how.
Or maybe they wanted to
Because he
show-
keeps
maybe
doing that. as well.
The sad part, the really sad part about the story was how, one, the whirlwind's power is not true.
Yes.
It's actually a fragment
Mhm.
of something else. The second part is the strength of the whirlwind is not like a true strength of like the elder gods or something like that. It's literally a woman who is scorned.
Yeah.
And when we go all the way down like that, layer by layer by layer, and by the time we're actually getting to Felicin, this was to show us how, I feel like it was just to show us how meaningless that entire thing was. And then how really sad Felicin, sister to Tavor, sister to Paran, all these people who are powerful or at least have some sort of say in the story, died literally as some faceless stranger in the desert for a fight that
Wasn't even her.
wasn't even hers. And when you go back up those other layers, the lady that was a whirlwind and her fight against Onrack, even that is gone.
And it's pointless.
Yeah, it's completely pointless. The Kilava and the Onrack she's angry against, one has been shorn from the ritual, one escaped, one refused to join
One refused the ritual.
the ritual.
And also, I think
It was like to show us how meaningless that
and also
entire
how
bit was.
meaningless the politicking inside
the camp.
the camp was, because they sent
Uh,
was it was Bidithal and I mean it was not Bidithal, Febril and what was the warlord?
Kobolo.
Kobolodom. Their plan was to send assassins to go and kill the whirlwind so that they can take over that power.
Yes.
But it was pointless because they all died in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they managed to kill. Okay, not but to weaken her enough. But she was claimed by, I don't know if it was by the House of Chains that claimed her, or it was just the fragment itself that claimed her. I'm not sure about that.
Oh, who specifically at this point?
No, after they managed to weaken her.
I think it was the whirlwind itself. Not the whirlwind, sorry. Shadow came back for its piece.
Yeah, but it was, they all tried to claim that fragment so that they can claim the power of Raraku.
Raraku, yeah.
But nobody.
Raku also closed in on itself. Now it flooded again.
Yeah, so it was all pointless. All that politicking, all that searching for power, none of it
None of it is worth it.
bore any fruit.
Which I'm
is kinda cool.
I'm really excited
Yeah.
for you guys to read
Midnight
5.
Oh.
Yeah. Because Trull now starts telling us his story nicely.
Okay.
Which
Now-
he's been building up to
Yeah.
for a while now.
Okay.
Like,
Another question now. The BridgeBurners.
Yes.
Both old and new. This new Fiddler's new set of friends.
I don't think Fiddler's set of friends would be called the BridgeBurners.
No.
The BridgeBurners as a company,
Is
even
done.
as a
It's
name,
done.
has
It's
been
done.
retired.
Yeah. But
So them
I
showing
like-
up maybe as cameos or whatever, I think that would happen. But the name as BridgeBurners, I think it's off.
As members, they'll be BridgeBurners.
Yeah.
But as a
As an army corps, no.
I think it's cool that Fiddler has a crew of his own. I thought that was dope.
But imagine, I feel like these guys will still get like the name. They'll get the name of the BridgeBurners.
How many people know that it's Fid? Aside from
His squad.
the old guard.
Yeah, the
I
old
guess
guard
I'd
and now
go-
his squad.
Yo, and
Tavora
we
doesn't-
met those guys as well who we've heard about.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
I like the way Sorry and company just came back. And then like
That just shows you how like the
Not
military,
sorry.
the
But
families,
Stormy,
yeah,
Stormy, Youth and Gessler.
but I love
Hedge,
like how
Mallet.
they got that camp into order.
yeah.
Like, as in, put a castle in the ground. And as in my head, I'm like, this could have gone so wrong. As in, blow up half the army.
No, but now you think about it this way. The way Kobolodom kept calling his guys now the dog slayers because they killed Coltain and the chain of dogs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just imagine if they had Fiddler. Imagine if the BridgeBurners were there.
Oh, because of the dog slayers.
No, do you think
the chain of-
Kobolodom and the dog slayers would have survived if
The numbers,
The
were still,
BridgeBurners.
the numbers were still against them, man.
the numbers were against them?
Remember.
But look at how close it was without the BridgeBurners.
It wasn't close.
They made it.
It was not close.
They made it.
They only made it, or rather, they made it because Coltain's objective was get the refugees home and safe.
Yeah.
If we were talking about a fight, we will now not be talking about dog slayers.
Because
That
I think
would be
because
something
the
else.
problem that was hampering them was the refugees.
Was the refugees. They would have stopped and fought at any point in time.
Yeah.
It's just the refugees.
But
So
even
to the
with the
refugees,
refugees.
because refugees and the BridgeBurners, the objectives still remain the same. Save the refugees first.
But they would have. I honestly believe that these guys would have figured something out to make even at least Coltain survive. Coltain would have survived in that time.
Oh, we get confirmation.
We get confirmation
we
that he
needed,
did.
we needed the martyr. We needed the martyr that was Coltain.
Oh,
We needed the anger against Kobolo. We needed all of that for at least this aspect to end first.
But Coltain's rebirth is just awesome.
Dude, that was scary. It's scary.
I knew it.
You're being told, hey, you're going to be a vessel. Someone big is going to come, and you're like, okay, this doesn't seem too bad until you see
All those crows.
literally
A cloud of
shadow casting
The sky was black.
of crows coming towards you.
Yeah.
Where are they going? Are they going to come in a line, like one by one? Next. They're coming at once. Guy, that's now you being told, hey, Destiny.
And now so Moena and the butterflies.
That's that's
Oh.
something else.
I don't think he'll be completely reborn.
All those
I
warlocks
don't
were
know.
so useless in this book.
But
No, they tried.
But they-
man.
but they keep-
tried.
They were
They
greed
tried, but they were
bound.
broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. at this
Yeah.
point
although
they were
they
broken.
keep
That-
hinting
yeah,
about
yes.
about the two of them and Grub,
Grub.
who's supposed
Yo!
to the first one. I think they keep hinting.
Yeah, that he's
hinting.
going
The
It's
things
going
that
to
you're
be
told,
like
you're like,
Coltain.
how the hell does he get from here
to
to
there.
being a first sword?
And the fact that he never talks to Kenneth, but apparently talks to everyone else.
Dude, yo man, Gamut.
You know what?
That is so
You know what?
sad.
Gamut went out like a boss. It's cool.
First, I like the way he was. He's literally grizzly old man. I'm too old for this. I'm
Yeah.
too old for this.
Yes.
But that last, I felt like the Marine who was talking to him was the same Marine who was chilling with Duika.
Maybe.
The blue-eyed Marine. Just because they said she's blue-eyed. Nothing more than that. But it was really
Oh,
nice.
that one.
Yeah.
But we were discussing with Sujay that I think Gamut's role in it was just as a window into
Into
Tavor.
Tavor. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It was to give us that, humanize her a bit.
I don't. I don't. Yeah,
Otherwise,
I didn't-
now if she went and killed her sister without us seeing the humanizing part, it would be really, really cold. Like, really cold.
Yeah, but I didn't like the character very much.
Which
Gamut,
Gamut
yeah.
himself.
I
Because
just
he
found
doesn't
him.
really do anything.
Yeah, I just found him boring. Besides just serving as that.
When he went through his psychosis and led the
army.
ghosts, the army.
Yeah,
of
that
ghosts
was
did,
cool.
That was boss.
That was
cool.
dope.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just him. That was so. Okay, let me understand this. That is the BridgeBurners, along
Technically.
with Roraku,
Yeah.
who did that.
Yes. The people. I think the dead of
the Spirit Walker did that.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was just the
So
song,
basically, the song started.
right?
And for the song started just a bit earlier. It started with the previous book, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
And for the cycle of the song to end,
One of the original group.
the BridgeBurners
Of the
all
original
need to
BridgeBurners
all
group.
the originals have to go.
Not all of them.
Just
Just
one.
one.
It didn't need to be all of them.
Just one needs to
but
make it
what
to
was-
the last place they were.
So interestingly, it was the person who gave the song in the first place.
But it-
because it was Fid himself.
Yes,
They
but
just fit themselves.
but,
Yeah.
but
Of course, Callum was on the other side as
Yeah.
well.
yeah. So as in the song just building, and him
Yeah.
being driven mad by the song.
You see, now those are the things I'm telling you from a visual perspective, or at least from a shooting perspective. Those are things I'd love to explore. Imagine over like 2 or 3 episodes, we're hearing a song, like slowly building up in the background of the episode.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, and then on the last episode, now the
You
song.
hear the full-on
the,
song.
the song starts and the credits, like the opening credits, and it's just the war and in slow mo. Okay. Let me temper myself now.
But
I really
I
liked Korab.
Oh yeah, he like
Killer boy.
Leoman's second in command.
Korab.
Oh, that guy was funny. Yeah,
Korab Thenualis. They never
funny.
they never just say Korab.
Gave us his full name.
that guy found Crokus's coin. I swear, there's no guy that lucky.
just
So consistent.
when he grabs Fiddler's
Helmet.
Telaba. Is
no,
it the
no,
helmet?
Fiddler's whole bag of like things that
Karsa
are about to
necklaces.
explode.
Yes.
And the way he gets rid of them, I'm like, whoa, this is a cartoon.
They
now.
fell literally in his lap
Yeah.
Yes.
on the horse, and he's just like, okay.
But I think it's the horse tries to throw him because of the extra weight, and because of that, the bag flies off.
flies off. Yeah.
But also, like, even just the fact that how the Karsa lands. He
yeah.
grabs a helmet. And then apparently the right thing to do is lie on it,
Lie on it,
completely,
yeah.
and don't let go.
It's a poof.
So it throws him up. So I thought, honestly, I thought he's dead. It
Yeah, he
doesn't
must be
matter.
dead.
Like
it must
he
have
lands
punched through his.
and he just runs.
Okay, so this book had a lot of goofy moments like that. Like,
He's like a cockroach that when you slap down, you think, oh,
Yeah.
it must be dead.
But even Karsa is the same. Like how many times has Karsa gotten injured?
But not in a
But you see,
but not
with
in a
his,
comedic
with,
way.
with
Karsa-
his, with
Karsa
his
is
four
like,
lungs
he's dealing
Okay.
with this.
and with his 4 lungs and his Wolverine regeneration,
Yeah.
I think he's okay.
Remember, so you see, for Karsa, it's something like, okay, he's gotten stabbed through his side.
Yes.
And then he's like, okay, he did what Callum did, control his breathing, pull it out, then he's like, blacks out. This guy literally puts a helmet on top of the grenade.
Yes.
It blows up.
It throws
and
him up.
he ran off.
And you
Did
hear
he even
that.
have pants on? And there was a point in time when he was running away and all he had was a shirt.
Yeah.
You see, stuff like that, it literally felt like an Acme cartoon. We were
Yeah,
watching-
yeah,
watching
yeah.
bits and pieces of how Wile E. Coyote,
Yes.
an army of
Yep.
Wile E. Coyotes.
There are moments like that in this book that I laughed so hard. The other one was with the Tisteliosen. Right at the end, the last scene with them.
Yeah.
They're charging towards.
Shake's camp.
It's Gessler and Storm.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
charging
what did they
towards
do?
them.
They threw.
And they threw a cutter or
Karsa.
something,
Yeah.
and it blows up. And okay, they're after Gessler because Gessler stole the fire from their realm.
They're like interlopers.
Yeah.
They're the ones who stole
Yeah,
it.
let's
We
charge
finally
them.
found
It
them.
does not matter what the reason
And
was.
these guys are like, who are these?
They're not slowing down, yeah. And so then they just throw a thing, it blows up. We get like a camera outshot of a pit where they are flat. They're basically knocked out on the floor, and they're like,
Pancakes.
Listen,
to go
leader,
home.
I want to go home. I know.
Like, yeah, I
Me
think
too.
it might be the best.
No, what I liked was
Yeah, yeah,
what I
That
loved
was-
about
that was
that scene
dope.
was how they managed to work their way back to blaming the dragon. Completely. And saying, no, of course it wasn't their fault.
It wasn't their
They
fault.
were just
yeah.
drawn in by
They were
the
just
dragon.
drawn in by the dragon. But you see now, even there,
Mhm.
it's not fair for them. They'd be like, if they were drawn in by the dragon, then let's start off with the dragon.
Yeah, but you see, by the fact that you say the dragon, you don't have to do it.
It's like, we'll wait for dad to show up and deal with the dragon.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know.
Okay, again, yeah, they
About,
don't know
yeah.
about. Boy,
Yeah.
poor guy.
But I just found it funny. I thought they were like the necromancers.
yeah, because of just how
the comedic relief.
those necromancers. I want to. You see now, those are guys.
They have.
also-
Oh, I read
the guys who are
online.
working with Buke, who
Boshelin and Cobble.
Yeah.
But they at least felt like initially they felt like a threat and they've done things that are actually threatening.
Oh yeah, no, these are the ones didn't.
Yeah, these are the ones that
They
just
never got a chance.
straight
So-
up comedy.
Before we started doing this, Agra and I were looking at. We were trying to find like stuff on the catfish from that realm, and we looked at the Wikipedia for Malazan, and we read there that there's a novella for Kobolo Brooch, and
Oh yeah, and
they have their
Russian.
own story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they have their own stuff.
I have it as well. I can send it to you guys if you want it. The ebook.
Does it spoil anything?
I haven't read it.
Okay.
I'm not going to read it at all.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I'm not gonna
okay.
touch it
Yeah,
yet.
this-
Maybe after I'm done with the series. They're mosquitoes.
related to the catfish, one thing that I really wanted, like a breakdown of what the catfish are, because they were weird. Because initially it just thought that they're giant catfish,
Yeah.
but then when later that's in, then later on you find them now on the wall in the fragment, and then they're actually coming out as weird humanoid.
They have
creatures.
things inside them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was weird. And then I need an explanation of what
Where they're coming from.
where they're
what
coming from.
up
Are
to.
they part of that fragment? Did they evolve in that fragment, or are they coming from somewhere else?
I think they're evolving in that fragment.
That's what
Yeah.
I need. But I need
We need an answer.
yes.
Staying in that fragment does things.
Yeah, was it magic here that forced them to evolve that way?
Just a warning: if you do Wikipedia this, you will get spoilers.
I feel like in the just the same way. Okay, moving from fragment through the fragment to another would pass you through another realm.
Yeah.
So just the same way, like Gesla and Co, as they were moving, got burnt. The catfish may, whatever it is they came from, they may have undergone a change. Then landing here in this place, now you undergo now a
Another
second change.
change.
Yeah. There's something I wanted to ask. Where Trull and Co, where Trull was shown, the wall,
Yeah.
and where the sea is and all that stuff, and where Norm and Karsa show up
Yeah.
with the cylinder.
Yeah.
Is it the same place?
Yes.
The same area.
Same
It's the
area.
same area.
Yeah.
Same realm, generally.
Or same fragment, whichever.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just wanted to confirm that because I wanted where's the cylinder in the geography of all of this. Where's the cylinder? And ideally, at this point in this book, this is of course before Stormy and Co get to it.
Yeah.
So the question now becomes, how do Stormy and Co get to it?
No, I think what
If initially these guys are at the wall, so the cylinder then crosses the ocean to go nearly to where the Otataral Desert is, because that's where.
But see, it's traveling
these
through
guys-
waters.
but yeah, so
So it
Yeah.
may just be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
these
it's
guys
weirdly
these guys
connected.
left the Salander area before those guys showed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just thinking about all that
Yeah.
geography. If you draw a map of like where the cylinder goes, I'm sure it's like there's a gap here and it teleports to here.
There
Then moves
was
a bit, teleports
there was
again.
the back on the island where the Tistoidu attacked Rake's bro. And
That
the shadow.
yeah,
the shadow
and
throws
and
island.
there was a ship with Traveler and guys.
Yes.
they mentioned that there was another ship as well that vanished. And Karsa had also gone onto another ship where they asked him to, like, bow. And he killed everyone there as well.
Yes.
Not the Cylinder?
That was the
Cylinder.
That is the Cylinder. Yeah.
Okay. Was there another ship then with Idur?
So then then it makes sense. Then it makes sense that the Cylinder was the one that would have disappeared. But was the Cylinder an Edu ship? It was black like an Edu ship.
It was an Edu ship.
It was an Edu ship.
Yeah, because it's using that magic to run.
It had
not just the magic to run, but if the board is also black, the wood, all the wood and everything was black.
Yeah, and it had
said
that aura.
That wood had to have come from that island.
Yeah. Now,
Okay. Loric and Osric.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what also makes the Leosan sad is the fact that like Rick doesn't only seems to not be affected by things when it comes to the Tista Ande, but Osric has straight up abandoned
them.
the Leosan.
What is?
Yeah, they've abandoned the Leosan, and Loric can't really. He's trying to cover up for that abandonment, but he really doesn't have he is not as big a character or as a personality
as Osric
or as Rick.
Yeah.
What was Osric doing in makeshift Africa, watching Hounds of Darkness hunt with
Deragoth.
Neanderthal?
He had gotten tired, or at least
he was doing experiments.
I have no idea, to be honest.
He was like Dr. Manhattan.
He's like tired of.
He doesn't seem like Dr. Manhattan.
See, he just had his lab, he had his things. He was like, I'm working here.
I am tired of.
Yeah, I'm tired of dealing with you guys and your.
But why there?
Peace.
And why did he run away from the doggies?
I think it's less of the dogs and more of the people themselves. Yeah. Because if he's staying with them, then he'd have to be their spiritual leader.
Yeah.
And then everyone is looking up to you and be like, so what are we doing today?
And apparently it's like he's tired of the fact of how is it dogmatic that they are. He also doesn't care for that.
Yeah, and they stick to rules too strongly.
Yeah, they're all about their purity, and he'd never.
That's not a consideration for him.
Yeah, he's never about that at all.
Damn man, imagine we're like, hey, let's come up with all these rules and stuff like that. This is what I was saying about the religious philosophical discussion earlier. And the God whom you're obeying, or at least trying to obey, doesn't even care for the rules that you've come up with.
Yeah. So it's a thing of these guys trying to understand now their place, I guess. Because now there's the whole shift to that whole new zone, where now there's Loric Loric introducing us to Osric. Osric being so alien to us. And then there's the dogs and the RSR. Yeah. Now we're being introduced to concepts older than the world that we knew. That's older than even the T'lan Imass that we thought was maybe like...
Remember even in book 3, with the hold of the beasts and stuff like that, we were already beginning to be told things that, the cards and the deck and all this stuff and the warrants and all this stuff that is actually
it's a simplification
from something else that is much more complicated. That is now the holds. But even before we get to the holds, there's deeper magics before that. This is now the sun.
And also I think what's powering Raraku as well. It's the deeper magic. It's not just
you haven't figured that one out yet? Okay.
This book is not
let me not get into that yet. Because we more or less know what Raraku is by now.
Yeah.
Both Raraku and the twisted warren that they keep talking about, the shattered fragment.
But the shattered fragment,
dude, they've said it.
Yeah,
they've said it.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? That it's
Raraku is a facet of shadow.
Yeah, but now okay.
Because the shadow, we know
Shadow
that
human aspected.
yeah,
Okay,
the shattered realm is basically the
Coral Emelon. Yeah,
Yes, shattered,
that has been broken into
Yes.
various pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
But Raraku is not only that, but also seems powered by the older magic even before the like shadow fell.
So
Because
it's
like for example
interesting.
the memory it has nothing. It's not shadow aspected.
Yeah.
Which memory?
The one where Loric fell into and found his
Yes.
That's
yes,
the
yes.
memory of the
That's a
Raraku.
memory of the Raraku itself.
Yeah.
I think through the fragment of shadow that had no direction. It was just energy. Then that energy now made or brought about the other aspects. Now it's like, okay, since there's no energy but Raraku is taking it,
Yeah.
then Raraku now shape that energy into something that it would understand, which would now be Raraku's memories.
Okay, so is this the Warren that Ikariam shattered?
Seems that way.
Maybe.
That's the only word.
To me,
That's
that's
the
only-
that's
that
my
makes sense.
extrapolation.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
think it would be. Yeah,
That's what makes sense.
Okay.
Now. Yeah.
we've not been given much more aside
Yeah.
because even
There's
with
Shattered
him
Warren.
shattering it,
No,
how
Ikariam
did he
shattered
shatter
it,
it?
Yeah.
We know that the struggle against the Azath and all of that, but aside from that, no more.
How did he shatter? How did Mon happen?
Because Mon seems
Mon
really
is
underrated.
something else. Mon seems something else.
Yeah.
Because in my head I was thinking maybe it's related to how Mon.
But it could be. It could be.
No, because I don't think so. Because Mon was sealed with a Kitchen Chimale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot older
Than the shadow.
than I
than
think
the
even
breaking of shadow.
Ikariam. I think it's way before Ikariam's
How
time.
old is Ikariam? Again, back to that
Very.
question.
He's very
Very
old.
old.
So
How do we know?
But
that
okay,
far?
but also
Yeah.
we don't know what happened. What happened here?
yeah,
What happened
I'm
what
just
happened
saying
in
there's-
Raraku that would cause that?
yeah.
No, because we know that, okay, if it is the Shattered Realm is the one that Ikariam shattered,
What was he doing to shatter it? Maybe he was
Because-
going to
He was
kill
trying to
someone
free
else.
his dad.
to free
He's trying to free Dad from
Okay.
the Azath.
But then, okay, another question is, did he shatter it because he had the Edo were at war with the Andi? Does that mean that maybe like is there another Shattered Realm? Because part of me feels also maybe it was shattered by the war between the Andi
And the door.
and the Edo. So maybe the Andi.
But you see now, they would not, within themselves, I don't think they would want to shatter it.
Yeah.
Because ideally, okay, for the Edur at least, if they were to shatter it, it's their source of power.
Yeah, but as in maybe did the Andi
Maybe
do
the
it?
Andy would do it. But then if the Andy would do it, they'd have the awareness of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And Amanda hasn't mentioned anything.
Yeah.
What's her
So it
name?
might have
Collat
been-
seems to be... There is no conversation at all where these guys talk or discuss or even claim responsibility for that.
So it might
Actually,
have been a
but,
solo
but that
mission.
might be why he's guarding the throne of, like that shadow throne. Like Anamander sent
Anamander himself.
Like
His
that's
brother-
why he sent his brother
Okay,
there. Right?
again, okay. The
Maybe.
in what Trull talks about, the hints that something is up. Okay,
So hopefully Midnight Tides might have answers for that.
Midnight Tide would have answers for it, but overall, within this book, the thing that even you guys ask yourselves, there's something that they haven't really talked about a lot in this book. They haven't talked about the crippled god.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
They have. They want. They
In-
want this dude to be the knight. And he
no,
says
in,
no.
in comparison to the other books where he shows up himself and he talks
Yeah.
and he kind of directs stuff. In this other
Third
one,
book.
he more or less says, yes, I want Karsa to be my knight, but aside from that, there's not that much.
Does he actually say it? Or
No,
everyone
he
else
doesn't.
says it?
He doesn't say
Everyone
it.
else says
We
it.
don't see.
Yeah.
We don't see the crippled god in this book at all.
Yeah.
It's just the 7 gods of the Teblor that.
Oh, yeah,
that-
yeah.
that-
The seven
that are the
faces in
ones.
the rock.
Also, the
Who
story
got
has
cut in
only
half,
just
yeah.
begun, hasn't it?
Pardon?
Who?
The seven gods now that they've been restored.
And there's 7 cities. I'm just saying.
Okay, there's 6 gods now.
Yeah.
Because one of them is
Yeah, one got bisected by Karsa.
and that's the one
And
who
he actually
had
did the merciful thing.
The children.
And
Remember,
yes,
Karsa
that one
changed.
had
Karsa
that one
changed
had
over time.
the had enslaved the sacrificed Teblor,
Yeah.
including like Karsa's siblings.
Yeah. So now Karsa ideally
so
has changed
Has
for all those people.
those people, yeah.
No, but they're freed, right?
They're not free.
They're not free.
That's the reason why
You
God
killed
doesn't
Sabal.
like Karsa.
No. What I mean is, at the village of the Teblor, right?
Yeah.
They had to sacrifice, like for one of the gods,
Yeah.
Sabal.
Yeah,
They had to sacrifice like their children
Yes.
and do all that
Yeah.
for that guy. But what would happen is that god would actually take them and keep them hidden in the woods, and they're called the lost something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so when these guys go riding out, they actually even come out to say, "Will they return?"
But
oh,
it seems
one
like
of them
those,
will.
It seems like
Blah,
those
blah,
are
blah.
ghosts.
Those were the
They're
ghosts.
ghosts.
No,
I thought they were real. I thought they were real.
Because
You don't think they're ghosts?
no,
I thought they were
because
real.
it's supposed to be an army.
Yeah.
They are built to serve.
Sabal's army.
Yeah, built to serve them when they come back, or rather, basically, Karsa when he comes back.
Yeah.
So now, if Karsa comes back, he's probably going to use them for whatever he intends to, as maybe his shock trooper, his lieutenant, for whatever he is going to make the Teblor do.
Yeah, because in the conversation, right in chapter 1,
Yeah,
between those guys, they're watching
because they mentioned
Karsa, Baroth, and Delm ride out, and they're like, "Do you think they'll be back?" And one of them goes, "Yeah, one of them will."
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like, I don't know.
But I really did like how Karsa ended up investing his weapon with his friend.
Oh, that was so
So
cool.
first, the weapon itself.
The
Let's
weapon
just start
itself is
with,
It's
a flint longsword, greatsword,
two-sided.
spear.
Monster Hunter sword.
Yeah, it's a monster. Like, honestly, at that point, I started thinking of Switch.
because already
Yeah.
considering how they describe, it's not Stormy, it's not Gessler. One of them has a
Truth.
truth.
Truth has a flint.
Truth has a flint sword, and the way
But
they
he has an
describe it-
Imass-sized
Yes,
flint
and
sword.
the way they describe it already as it's massive
Yeah.
and it's heavy.
Fits
It's
under
so-
his bed.
it's so-
He has to hold it in 2 arms.
Exactly, and truth we already know is because of his
Pretty big
investment.
guy.
He's already a big guy, and because of passing through the Warren of Fire,
Yeah.
strong.
He's on the way of
He's
on the
up
way to
there.
ascendancy.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
But Karsa still.
sword. Jeez.
So first,
And then
remember,
for me it was 2
he
parts.
He straddled the
thing,
the
yeah.
spar of flint.
Yeah.
So this is
And
pretty
no
giant
one,
item.
no one in this entire race has been able to carve
Shard, yeah,
out of
that
that
thing.
one.
to a shard that big. And then secondly, after he's invested the souls of his friends into the sword, the Imass bless it so it will never break.
Yes.
So yeah, you just look at this guy and you're like, okay, you're legit, honestly, like Conan, like you're a hero's hero.
In my head,
Yeah.
he feels like Ghost Rider. the Malazan version of Ghost Rider. The chains.
Because he literally does have chains.
Oh, like that. Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
imagine
all the
Bella had
spirits
like
that-
black or red fire.
Yeah,
and just
the spirits
smoky.
of the people he's killed are with him all the time. That was really cool.
Also, side note, the RSL stealing Trull seed. It's definitely coming back, right?
No, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like
There's
that.
no way. Yeah, that has to come back, and I don't know.
How?
No, that's an RSL tester
You do.
Edur half breed.
Yeah, maybe that's how they must show up.
Wow.
So that's a new breed of
But
Imass.
it can't. I would not say that because also this is happening now.
Now, yeah.
In a now kind of time rather than in a.
No, but it
Past.
feels it feels similar to the way not Nightchill, but Silver Fox was born.
Yeah.
Like it's not here. It's not real. But the consequences
The consequences are coming.
Yeah.
And how about then? What's his name? Aramala and Karsa. Because we had different. We discussed this briefly
And we're like,
just before
no,
this.
I don't think she
you guys don't think that they had a thing.
I thought they had a thing.
I also thought they had a thing.
I thought they had
because
a
of how
thing.
it was presented.
I'll go back and look at it.
Either that
And
or
she
the comments
gives,
will tell us.
she
Yeah, the
gives,
comments, you guys in the
she
comments
gives
will
them
tell us.
info as well.
Yeah, she gives them.
We don't know what that info is because Ericsson was a major tease in the story.
But basically, it also sets it almost sets Karsa on collision course with the T'lan because he feels like they did an injustice to the Jaggats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, to the Jag.
But to be fair, Karsa has been on so many collision courses,
Like,
and none of them will compare to him in Aquarium.
like yes, going up against Ikarium. I don't
And
believe
that one was so resolved so quickly. Wah!
Mapo is on point.
But
Mapo
I
knows what
was
he's
so
doing.
tense the whole way.
You're waiting.
I was
You're
so
just
tense.
waiting for it to happen.
Because I knew this was in the level of Kaladin, Brood, and Rick going at it. But even worse, because Ikariam, once he loses himself,
Yeah.
Warrens are shattered. And I think, what?
Kasa
can
wouldn't
take
have
him there.
survived. No, Kasa would not. Okay, think about it this way. Like when at the point when they're meeting, Hood hates Kasa because of all the souls that he's taken up until that point.
I think Hood is also pragmatic in the sense that there's a bigger something in all of this, in all of whatever is happening.
Hood
right now,
realizes that
there's a
Kasa is
bigger-
being pushed to do this.
Yes,
Yeah,
But-
there's somebody masterminding all this.
all of this. Yeah,
So he hates the fact that Kasa himself doesn't see it
No,
probably.
but even regardless, I think, because, okay. But I think, based on how Hood has been described in the other books, I think Hood is too cowardly to actually show himself.
show himself.
Yeah.
And if he did, Karsa would try to kill him.
Just like Gethol.
Yes, exactly.
And we know that Hood is whatever.
A coward in the
He's a
woods.
jag. He's a jag.
Hood is a jag.
Yeah, Hood is a jag.
No, Hood is not a jag.
No, we don't know that.
No, they mentioned his
Hood's-
tusked face.
Hood's herald. Was
His
a jag.
herald,
Yeah, his
the guy
The one who
Gethel
who
was a
joins
jag.
the
Yeah, Gethel
he
was a
joins the
jag.
crippled god. That guy was a jag.
But didn't when Bruchelion died.
Bruchalium.
Yeah, when Bruchelion died and Hood's presence showed up.
Yeah,
Didn't they
because-
talk about by Hood's tusked something?
No.
that was
Feanar's
Gethel.
and it's Feanar's tusks. Da.
Okay.
Because Bruchalium was Feanar. Bruchalium even challenged Hood though, didn't he?
No.
Yeah,
he
but
didn't.
when when Gethel was like that, or
No,
you
he
know,
was
take
challenging
him yourself.
Gethel.
He was
He's
challenging
challenging Gethel
Yeah,
himself.
okay.
He's like, if he took his gauntlet out, slapped him with it.
But yeah, like I don't know. At this point, you wonder now what happens, and then also during that whole vision quest where he's going to look for a horse, you see the jag horses,
Oh, that was quite cool.
which are better than the horses that they had at the beginning, which is
Which
insane.
could leap over.
Which could leap over.
Which
yeah,
would still
walls.
leap over the town walls.
Havoc.
Yeah, now he calls it Havoc. Now he essentially becomes he becomes like a comic book version of himself.
Yeah, exactly.
So you see now, imagine that Ghost Rider horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Havoc is.
Okay, but
Yeah,
then-
with-
Well, the
with-
initial
with
Havoc
hounds.
died, so maybe this one would be the new one.
Yeah.
but
what did
Did he die? I don't think
The initial one from his dad. No,
yeah,
he
it died. That one
died.
died. Yeah.
They attacked
It was
the
killed in
village.
town.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
attacked the village. It was killed.
But okay, something we mentioned: Karsa versus the Dagaroth. Which
Derago.
Deragoth. Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact and
My favorite.
how hilarious it was. Quick Ben and Kalam got to witness it, and they're like,
thanks. Let's not do this guy.
but the fact that considering what we've been told about the Deragoth, how they're amazing, we've already seen them.
We've seen them.
Take
We've
out
seen them.
like 100 Azalan demons.
Leave alone that. Just
The way they
the book began with the hounds.
These are the Hounds of Shadow, though.
So now imagine what
Oh, darkness.
the undiluted version of these things will be.
And I liked the full name. I don't know whether I'm going to butcher it, but there are Tin Jeragoth. Or there are Jin Teragoth. I don't know which version it is, but I really like the fact that it's a full sort of thing.
But the fact that he could take them
That
down
Onrack.
once he got his
I can
his sword.
kill them.
And
I
yo,
am Onrack.
yes,
And
but the balls on
And Karsa.
not even Karsa, the
On
balls on
Onrack.
Leoman to
Yeah.
show up to help him to kill the last one.
Yeah.
Not knowing what the hell this is, dude
Why
just
you
shows up
starting-
and is like, fine, we're doing this, cool.
I think Leoman is a lot cleverer than he.
He lets on.
No,
Yeah,
Leoman is multifaceted.
He's like,
Yeah,
I
Pearl.
think it was tactical for him to
Very tactical.
show
very
up
tactical.
in front of Karsa like that because he'd rather Karsa as an ally, maybe.
Also, question now: the Hounds of Darkness, do they have souls that are also tied to him? And second, is he going to make the whole what was it? I don't know what they called it, but where they took skulls and where Dalam made the instrument where they take the skull.
Oh, like the Bolas thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Oh, that was
Bolas,
better.
How would you
Yeah.
make it to that?
Considering
He has the
how
trophies.
big the skulls are.
He has
And now he seems to be even stronger than he was before previously.
Oh
The
man,
trophies,
what kind
though.
of bullets would that be? That would be crazy. So, wow.
Considering how
I really want to know what Karsa's doing next. Yeah, I can't wait.
Now, how about the tree?
the Jagger tree.
The
Yeah.
Jagger.
So that place,
Like
was
that whole bit
apparently-
confused me.
That place where the tree was apparently a house of the Azath. That where she got attacked and impaled by a T'lan spear,
Yeah.
but because it was the house of the Azath, it somehow preserved her. Yeah, I thought that was
That was
on.
So the tree grew out of the clan sphere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. With
And so
her
it's-
impaled.
so she's trapped the-
She's somehow
she's
part
now
of the tree.
part of the tree, yeah. The
So
part of
she's
the tree that
powerful
is-
enough.
And she is a house of the Azath.
So she's powerful enough. Is she the defender of the house of the Azath?
No.
No,
Or is she
no.
the house of the Azath herself?
She's I'd say she has become a portion of the house.
Yes.
Yeah. But where's the actual house? Was it hidden?
That's
With
the thing.
sorcery,
If
or-
it's-
Even like all the houses, you can't really get to them directly.
Yeah.
You'd be led to the house itself.
But even then, like, think about, okay, then now I'll pose the question this way then. We've seen all the other Azath houses and how they behave around power. This one feels like an almost benign house.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
How powerful is she
No.
to keep the house
No,
safe?
But
I don't think-
also they mentioned that Ikariam was there.
True.
I think
But
also,
even in this whole time, nothing has happened while she's been attached to the house.
But I think part of it is also the house, since it's not only just reacts to power nakedly. You also have to be basically evil.
Like yeah, if
'Cause
it's,
it's
if
trying
it's
to contain-
taking over power, like rest, then it wants rest.
Or even like
But
when the
Anamanda
demon,
was
even
there,
the
but it
demons
didn't-
trying to take over who are trying for the house of shadow in quote or the throne of
Ah,
shadow.
the
the throne of
divers,
beasts.
the
Sorry.
divers, and
Yeah.
the
So
Soul
taken.
So
Taken.
taken, yeah. In theory, because since they wanted naked power,
So it's tied to intent.
and yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But then again, even in the other Azad, if you find like the creatures are still alive, nobody actually dies.
they're
When
just
trapped.
locked in.
Yes.
And somehow you could say that they're kind of corrupted somehow.
A bit.
If corruption is the right
Is
word.
the
Like
right
erased
word.
is like heavily nerfed.
He can never leave. He can never leave.
Can't
Like from being a total asshole in the
No, I
first
guess
book,
if he
he's
wants, he
now,
can
like-
unleash his powers in the house, but
But
don't
not
really
beyond
do.
the-
Don't do anything. The
Yeah.
house will be like ha ha ha, or like maybe
Just
just like
absorb
tie,
it.
tie him up into the wall.
Yeah, and look
until
for
you're
another
like
guy.
yo, see you like chill.
chill out.
Who is in that armor?
The armor could be empty.
I always assumed that the
The
armor
armor
was
was
empty.
I have
Oh,
no
boy.
idea.
Oh boy, so much here.
So I think there was something that we left. It was Osric.
Osric the tree.
Osric,
Got tree.
Hounds,
The Daragoth.
Tree, Daragoth.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last one?
Anything we've left out?
Treech, Borak.
Ooh, I loved that whole segment when he
Boric turned
when he goes from being the high priest of Fena to Treacher's
teachers.
District,
District.
yeah.
Related to that, I hated how everyone could see Felicine the Younger how they could see her being assaulted. Everyone could see it coming.
But nobody did anything.
Nobody did anything. They all said, yeah, we have...
We need Bidithal.
But nobody actually did
We
it.
need him.
We need Bidithal.
Yeah.
We need Bidithal.
Yeah.
Well,
that was sad.
That was which
that's
is why
sad.
when Karsa shows up, the
To actually
instant he shows up,
He
your
did
dick
it.
in your mouth.
Moving on swiftly.
But I don't know. I don't know. Some things.
And then Kalam fighting the shadow demons of Bidithal.
Kalam is on another level
Yeah.
now.
And
Honestly,
then- and
Kalam
then,
should have.
Dude, Dancer is on another level.
Yes. But Dancer is
Wow.
a god now.
Yeah, but it was so cool to see him just
how is he killing guys with a rope?
with a rope.
And literally
It's not even a rope anymore. It's more like the rope.
Yeah,
The rope.
he's the rope. You use a weapon so well, it gains.
It gains powers.
Yeah.
See, nothing. Think about
And
it.
there was something else as well. Amenas in this one. There's a scene in this book, I think after the dogs show up in Raraku, where for some reason towards the end of the chapter, it's just like, and in a shadow, someone sat on a throne and stroked their chin and said, like what? Like, dude, like this is such a TV thing to have.
I don't know. Shadow Throne is very interesting. Shadow Throne and Cotillion are very interesting guys.
Yeah.
Because in this book, he explains Shadow Throne from Cotillion's point of view. And we see Cotillion doing things through Absalom, through Crokus,
And through himself.
and through himself, that he acts independently of Shadow Throne.
Yeah.
And then you also see from Shadow Throne's point of view that he acts independently of Cotillion.
Of Cotillion
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
And
they
these
both
guys
have their own.
Yeah, they both have their plans, two totally separate
But it
plans.
seems like
But they're
they're
the same
still
plan.
they're still aligned.
They're aligned, but it feels like Cotillion is making backup plans in case his don't.
It seems more like of the two of them, Cotillion was always the one.
He's the more pragmatic version
more
of
pragmatic, whereas this other one is he's more impulsive, jump to actions, but he still has a plan. So it's just like if you and I know we're working on something, then I'll let you to do your own wazimus, and I'll set up my backup plans and everything, and we'll move. And it's just like if you stumble into a roadblock, oh, it's okay, don't worry, I got you.
I've got this.
I've got this. I've got that.
I
But
don't
it
know.
also made
that's what it felt like.
It also made Cotillion a lot more seem like but he basically seemed like Crokus, as in they shared the same sort of thing where I'm just a companion.
I'm taking my pal through this.
Through this, yeah.
You know, what I can't get over is when we first meet Cotillion in book 1.
He's
He's such an asshole. And in this one, he's so humanized. It's weird.
Maybe it's the way Agri says. Maybe he sees himself in Crokus, so he's taken the edge off, and he also realizes what he did to Absalom wasn't right.
Yeah.
So
And he
this is
actually
his
changed.
penance. Yeah. So he's gonna be soft with these guys. In the meantime, he's acting like Q for Kalam. He's giving him all of the tools.
All of the tools.
Here, go do this.
Not all of them, by the way. He's just giving me just enough. He's like,
But you see that
this is your backup plan, Smoky Diamonds. You can use them. You can use them to unleash demons or buy stuff.
But that was
But you
up
see
to
that's
you.
but you see now how Kalam uses them. He
He used some to
Yeah.
buy stuff, and he used them
He
to use
balances
backup.
it up.
But you remember how they just mentioned how it was a nasty surprise? How suddenly people in the morning they wake up, they're all dead.
Yeah.
As in you had diamonds in the morning.
and you have they turn into demons overnight and kill you guys.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But I don't know.
But it also means that he blew that whistle hard.
Yes. Now, who else is remaining? I'm trying to think of is there anything else we might have missed.
That crew, that weird crew.
Which one?
Of that other squad. The ones who captured Karsa with those guys.
We'd gotten their names earlier here. It wasn't Bottle.
No, not Bottles in
Bottle,
Finn's
yeah.
new crew.
The Malazans.
The Malazans who were under house arrest. For
Because
being
we
drunk.
find them again when Callum goes into
Exactly,
the caves.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same
Those
set
guys.
of guys.
Yeah.
And they are then sent a bit later to go into Raraku. In the meantime, the captain was actually
Yeah.
captured earlier.
Yeah. That's
Where is it? I'm trying to find the name.
So the others.
the captain went to go see the chained Toblakai thing, demon thing, at the bottom.
Yeah,
and
the
then
bottom
and
the
they
captain and
the
some
first
other
mate,
guy.
yeah.
And then they went.
they got washed out.
So how did you guys feel about what's this thing called? I've forgotten. I'm lost now. Sorry.
Cord, Limp, Shard, and Ebron.
Yeah.
And Kindly.
And
Kindly was the one
Sin.
who was captured.
And Sin, right?
No, Sin now
Was the
is
sister of-
Sin is the one whom we find later. She's
Sin was with Kalam
she's
and reunited with
exactly
Yeah.
with her brother who was
Yeah.
part of now.
Yeah.
I think the brother was Ebron.
Yes, I think so.
Don't know. Seems like a crazy mage. Oh, how powerful is T'lan art? Because if I draw a picture of you, it will last forever. And
Hey, I think at this point you'd be like you're like, hey, I've dreamt about you the whole night, and I'm using part of my blood for that.
Yeah.
I guess that picture is
They
going to last
invested
forever.
at that point.
Yeah.
But now, does that
say
tie
that-
into Kilava's power?
I think so.
I think, well, does it?
I think so. I honestly
Because
think
if
so.
they're able to, if an artist is just able to give each other power like that,
No,
I
because
think
it's not
that's
an
it.
art. Because it seems like it's a power that he already had the talent for it.
Yeah.
It's not just something that it happened out of the blue, but it's already a taboo to not do it.
Or maybe think about it. I thought about it this way. Remember at the beginning of the previous book, the guy who was contracted by the crippled god to do the whole new gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you find him in the city.
Yeah. Now imagine if
Man.
Onrack is like that.
Oh.
But he actually.
Huh.
Oh, because
Oh.
initially,
No,
so
he has
remember-
that
So
magic
what I
and paintings.
understood
No, wait.
is
Remember they said that Onrack was initially training to be a bone caster.
yeah.
So-
But he didn't have the inclination to actually do that.
So it
but
could be that already he has some power,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
latent power.
Yeah. What I got from that art stuff. So this really shows us the dark side of the T'lan Imass.
yeah.
Whereas, Memories of Ice was very sympathetic towards them. This side shows us that they're like very much like lawful.
Yeah.
Like just they follow the
I
law,
don't want to say
no
that.
matter what that like not lawful evil,
lawful
not
neutral.
lawful.
They're-
Like,
they're lawful
they have
neutral,
This,
yeah, they're
they
lawful
they
neutral.
have this law. You break it, no questions asked.
Yeah.
We will kill you. Like that's
Yeah,
the end.
moving on
That
swiftly.
is that is the end. Like no questions asked. Even if it's a bad thing, we will follow the law. And I think with them and their whole thing of gods, if I'm wondering why Unrack was punished for doing that. And I think like in case maybe it's like a thing of in case someone happens upon this thing, they might worship you in the future
Yeah.
as a god. Maybe that's why he was punished.
I think something else as well. Like, if you're taught certain things, if let's say you're a teacher, and then you go around teaching guys that the world is messed up and capitalism is bad. There's some rules you're broken, and the other people will show up and be like, okay, we can't be having this.
You going around saying this.
Exactly. So if you're told that, when you're taught a version of art that would allow you to give life to your pictures, and then you go around drawing people's pictures on the
Anybody.
wall, guys will be like, hey, what's going on?
It's like the Tano song.
Yeah,
You can't just sing a
be
song
singing-
about anyone.
You can't just think about everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be deliberate about who you're doing that.
Otherwise,
It was
you're
pretty
putting out,
deliberate.
you're
Like
putting
now
out
they
so
eat it.
much energy.
Yeah. But now you see by him doing that to Kilava. Now I wonder at what point, because that this is going on concurrently with the stuff in Dead House Gates and in the stuff at some point in Memories of Ice. So at what point did...
No, this seemed to have happened ages ago.
Yeah.
Oh, this is ages.
This is ages ago because
this is when they were still alive.
because because he
This is when he had a wife and he decided to go paint in a cave instead of sleeping
he
with her.
he painted Kilava without asking her permission. Raraku came and banged him, like.
So maybe that's the reason why Kilava hasn't changed all this time.
No,
Kilava
didn't
not
change
changing.
because of
It's
the
a
ritual.
combination of hepaing the ritual
Yeah.
and being a bone caster.
But I also think
And being
but
soul
also-
And
taken.
being soul taken as well, yeah.
But I also think it's also part of Onrack's magic. In
Oh,
that painting, I also think it had something.
It has something to do. Maybe
Or maybe she
stuck
just doesn't
as
know.
that.
Yeah.
No, she knows. She knows because this
She
guy was
went-
condemned in
Yes.
front of everyone.
Yeah.
He was condemned in front of everyone, and she was there.
Yes.
And that same day, I think, is the day she bounced.
Yeah, because she went, slept with him, and then proceeded to kill all of her clan.
No, that was.
Dude, this is
No, actually,
This
she
is
killed her clan,
intentions.
then came and had sex
and
with
had
him.
sex with him.
And
I
then
thought that
left.
was Raku.
Huh?
No.
No.
That was Kalava.
Okay.
Because
Confused, yeah.
Raraku apparently saw her leaving the cave.
Then went into the cave
And banged
and found Onrack there and the painting.
And she banged Onrack.
No,
Okay.
No, what
let's
happened was-
Sorry.
Start with that angle.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's found painting of Kalava. That one happened on its own. He's condemned. Then, as he's condemned, waiting to be
Judged.
judged and punished.
He's in the cave.
Yes, Kalava goes, kills her clan, then comes and sleeps with him.
Really?
Yes.
And
And
then
then leaves the cave.
Then leaves the cave. Then
Oh.
Raraku
Sees.
sees that
Kilava left.
Kalava left, and then knows exactly what happened because she was coming to see Onrack.
Onrack.
That's what threw her jealousy.
Oh my
So
god.
because of that,
Yeah.
she now gets mad at him.
And also,
For,
And then
for
now
all
he-
time.
So
She gets mad at him for all time.
Raraku was Onrack's wife?
yes.
God.
You know, if we'd have ended the podcast earlier,
We can't.
yeah, so you wouldn't have known.
Oh my god.
We'd have,
that's
we'd have
what-
had
so
this
I
conversation later.
I thought Raraku was the side hustle, the side,
Side
chick
chick.
that Onrack had.
No.
I thought Raraku
Raraku
was a
was
side
his
chick.
wife.
And I thought Kilava was another side chick. Like, I thought
No.
Onrack was a player, basically.
No. Raraku was his wife,
Okay.
and Kilava was the side dish.
But
Wow.
the way Suja was saying that it shows the dark side, it's like all of this would not have. As in, this is just T'lan Imass folly because once the ritual happens, whatever feelings they have are cemented.
Yeah.
And because it was that same day
Yes.
that she.
Imagine
And she
the same
discovered-
Could have been
day.
any other day.
Yeah, any other day.
It was the day before. We would not have had Raraku in the desert.
Yes.
The world would
Wow.
got
Because
this.
otherwise her feelings would not have been cemented in stone for
Yeah.
all time. And then immediately she was injured and broken from the ritual.
Yes.
All those feelings.
Came up.
Came in now. Remember now
This
when
makes
what's
more
his name?
sense.
Remember now the way what's his name took all the feelings of the T'lan Imass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Became the
Not
redeemer.
Buchanan.
Yeah.
What's his name?
The shield
Itkovian.
and Cotillion.
Yeah. Now imagine if he did the same for Raraku. Because that's literally all they needed.
Yeah.
To take away the world with
But
goddess's power.
it wouldn't have been too much because it'd just be one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's one person plus a Warren, plus a shattered Warren. He
No,
died.
he won't do anything.
He died
would
anyway.
Not,
Because
he
the
would
Warren
not be
would
able
still-
to do anything about the Warren.
Yeah.
He'd take the emotion and that's all. The Warren would remain there.
It probably
So
creates-
the goddess would be sane at that point.
No.
Remember, she's not a goddess.
Yeah.
She's not a
The,
goddess.
the reason she's a goddess is because people then came and believed her.
Yeah, but now
And
would she
then
be sane?
elevated.
Because now the reason for her psychosis is gone. If you use Ditkovian as
There would be nothing left because all that's left at that point was the anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
there'd be nothing left.
it's like
It would
the
now
empty
just be
slate
like-
guy, the guy who inhabited Talk in
Anasta.
Anastar, yeah. It would
That's
be
all.
like
Anasta was just
But he'd still
shame,
be
anger,
alive.
and disgust.
No, because
Oh, it would
he'd
be
be a
empty.
shell.
It would be a shell. No, and then you could put talk in Roraku and see what happens.
In fact, not even talk. Fiddler is there.
Would put Onrack into Nanaku because see he's like shattered. There's nothing left of him.
I was so worried he would join the crippled god. Onrack.
Yeah, it felt. Also, part of me felt like that was where it was going. But I'm glad.
And
I felt like it wouldn't happen because of
Trull.
Trull.
Oh, since
Trull is his
he's
counterbalance.
and he's pledged himself to.
Yeah, and
Trull.
he's pledged himself to Trull. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's. Man, we could probably still talk about more, but I think we'll stop it there. And thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
Next
I know
time,
it's a bit long, but thank you.
Yeah, and next time we'll be talking about Midnight Tides, the fifth book? Fifth book.
Yes.
We're almost halfway there. Yeah. All right, thanks. I'm Paul's Knight.
I'm Hillary.
Dean Meister.
I agree.
Catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Do you have an opinion on what we just discussed? Did we miss something? Tell us in the comments section and we'll read it in the next episode. If you're listening on Anchor, send us a voice message and we'll add it to this episode. Don't forget to follow our podcast on Twitter @SpoilFans for updates, and follow our Instagram for behind-the-scenes action @Spoilers and Fandom. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube and Anchor to get the latest episodes.